Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is your host with the most, King Geo. Alright? Well, listen, I want to say to everybody have a blessed day. I hope your day was good or is being good. Thank you those who have subscribed, and hey, those who have not subscribed, subscribe and hit that button in the bottom, and I'll let you know when I, King Geo, uploaded a video. It'll notify you. It'll say, hey, King Geo, let's do a video. But today I want to do something different. You know, I mean, it's COVID related, and I think that the way that we as a society can get back into a norm, at least somewhat of a norm, I think the media should stop reporting about COVID. The media should stop emphasizing on COVID. I mean, we already know what it is. We already know the signs. What we should look for, I think it's just getting kind of redundant. That every day you turn on the TV, there's the death toll has gone up 20,000 more. The death toll has doubled. The death toll this, the death toll that. We already get it. Or at least I do. I get it that, you know, the death toll will keep on rising. In some states, the death toll will fluctuate back down. I mean, not fluctuate. It will go back down. It'll go down. Some states don't have that much COVID cases as do other states like New York, Florida, not Florida, New York, California, or Chicago. I mean, we get that, but how do you expect us to go into norm if every day we go on TV, you're shoving everything to our faces about COVID and COVID and COVID, how this little kid died, or how this lady died, or how this thing died. I mean, we already know that. I think we should pass that page now and start living normal. Normal, at least in that aspect. As far as reopening, it's way too soon. I am not a number guy. I don't believe in these models that they say that they always put out. Like, I don't believe in polls. So I don't believe in models. You know, they say New York was gonna get hit with X amount of death, and look how many deaths. We were supposed to get hit with some odd death, and we only got 56,000. And 56,000 is a lot of death, people. And I'm not saying it isn't, but it is. Maybe President Trump don't think so, but I do. One death is bad. 56,000 is bad, and now they're projecting that we might have 79,000 deaths by August the 4th. That's just a projection. That's why I don't believe in projections. But states opening up early, I think, is a bad idea. We don't have the sufficient data. You know, every day something comes out. There's a new symptom. Now it's rash. If it's not rash, it's a headache. Everything neurological. I mean, neurology. Everything's coming out. I mean, this thing has everything, right? You know, so it's just. I think it's just too early to open up the windows. There was a report that Wuhan came out today. They said they've been studying that. It says that the pathogen stays in the air for weeks. So they took out. They put pathogens in hospitals, and they put pathogens in stadiums and stuff like that. And they studied it, and they found out that it stays there it stays there for a few weeks. So that's kind of scary. You know, you go to a crowded area, you go to a mall, and someone sneezes, so that pathogen stays there for 1 to 2 weeks. And everybody's walking in and out. Not everybody's going to wear a mask. Because people are hard-headed. You know, so you gotta think about that. I mean, like I said, I'm not a numbers guy. I don't believe that we you know, they say 70,000, 80,000. You know, when the numbers come, the numbers come. A lot of people are saying, oh, you know what? We were supposed to get this, sir. We were supposed to get this amount of death, and we didn't get that amount of death. So that means that the virus is not as deadly. No, the virus is deadly, guys. The thing is that it hasn't gotten to you. That's the thing. Or it hasn't gotten to someone that you know. But it is deadly. That's 10 times the mortality rate of influenza. It's contagious much more quicker. You know, you can get it easier than you can with other viruses. So you may say 56,000 is not a lot in a population of 330 million people, but it is a lot. It is a lot, and it will continue to do so, because if you don't isolate, if you don't do these stay at home, me personally, I would have done the whole country in lockdown. But if you don't stay at home, and then what's going to happen? You're going to keep on spreading. There are people out there who are asymptomatics. They don't know they pass it. They don't know they have it, and unwillingly they pass it on to other people. Unfortunately. So we have to get that. We got to get more testing. We haven't gotten more testing. People are complaining about their civil rights being violated. Know that this is a violation of our 2nd, 10th, and 12th, 15th Amendment. This is not a violation of anything, man. The government has the right when there is a crisis to lock people down. You don't want the spread of a disease to take over the whole country, then we all die. If it's not from this, it's from something else. You don't know how this is going to attack you. So stop saying that this is against your right. I understand that people want to go to work. I understand that people want to open up their business, but it can't happen. Not too early. You gotta. We need more data. The government should be. You're paying taxes every year or every month or whatever. You pay taxes. The government's supposed to help you out. The government's supposed to help people out. I mean, there's a lot of people right now who are getting paid unemployment. They're getting paid more in unemployment than they are when they were working. With the $600 extra that the state gives you, you're making more money than what you did when you were working. So if your unemployment is $350, and then the state, the federal government gives you $600 on top of that, so that's $450. That's $950. Most people don't get $950 a week. There's some people making over $1,000 in unemployment just to stay home. No, I don't see those people complaining. But I understand the businesses. So then that's where the government should step in. That's the way the government should help you guys out. That's the way the government should stop mortgages. They should stop that. To make sure that that you don't accumulate all these all these expenses that you're paying the rent for your business, you're paying the light for your business, but you got no customers. So now you got to pick out of your own money. The money that you had that pot that you had that you were making money, that surplus that you had. Now you got to dig into that so you in order to survive. And that's where the government should come in and say, you know what, towards the mortgage company, don't charge them rent, don't do this. A lot of things the government can do to help small businesses, mom and pop shops. There's a lot they can do, but they're not doing it. They're not doing it correctly. They may tell you they are, but they're not really doing it correctly. So those are the people. That's what we gotta fight on, is for the government to treat us like human beings, and stop this little daddy about, oh, my country, we have the most testing there is in the world. Countries are coming to my world. Countries are coming to us. Say, hey, how you doing it? And if we were doing that good, we only had, he said yesterday, we had 3 million testers. 3 million people tested. That's not even enough compared to a country of 330 million people. That's not even per capita. Other countries have tested far more quicker, far more people than we have per capita. Oops. So it's just, we got to get back to the norm, and I say, the media's got to stop dwindling on all this and all this hype. And yes, the virus is deadly. Yes, people, don't take that lightly. Don't think that oh, this is less than the flu. No, it's worse than the flu. Trust me, it's worse than the flu. Right? Stop listening to the media. And if you want to learn something, research it. The only way you're going to learn something is if you research and you do due diligence and research. Don't go by what the media says or what President Trump says or what Fauci says. Just research it. If you're not certain about it, research it, and you will find out that the COVID virus, the mortality rate for the flu is 0.1%, and this one is 1% to 4%. So that 1%, that's 10 times higher. Right? Right now in the United States, more people have died from the COVID virus in the United States than they did in the Korean War. Pretty soon, the way this is going, we're going to reach the most people that passed away in the Vietnam War, and that was 57,000. 57,000. Think about that. So That's my norm, man. And if do your social distancing, and, don't be afraid of the people in your home. They're not the one to have it, So just make sure that don't think about it. Don't think about it as quarantine, and just think about it about more of a place where you get closer to your wife, you get closer to your husband, you get closer to your kids. You get all that. A lot of people talk about that. I've seen a lot of people about what happens when you get, when you're quarantined with your accuser, the person that abuses you. But that's something that should be taken in court. That person should be in the house anyway. But that domestic violence, in a place like this, you gotta stay with the person all the time. You find somewhere to go or something like that. But I have strong feelings of domestic violence. I don't like men hitting women, and I'm against all that. So the law is not kind. But guys, so just make your own norm, man. Stop listening to a lot of the media. Stop listening to all this, and just if you want to make your own channel and talk about the people that have lived, the people that have survived, the hundreds of thousands of people who have recovered from COVID. People say, we're talking about the death, but you know what? I that's what I said the other day. Sometimes you got to talk about the death more than you do the recovery, because if you talk a lot about the recovery, then a lot of people are going to put their hands down, their armor down. They're going to say, you know what? So this amount of person lives, blah blah blah. So I don't have to worry about that. So I'm just gonna chill. And that's what you don't want. You don't want to put your arm. You don't want to put your guards down. You don't want to do that. Okay? Well, guys, I'm home. I want to say thank you for subscribing.